Hello, beautiful people. imashbuttons here, bringing you kind of an impromptu video that I didn't expect myself to actually make, but felt compelled to regardless. This is actually a bit of a rant video, which is a first for me, so hooray on that front, always breaking new boundaries. But I just want to talk about the state of the modern shonen fandom and why it gets under my skin as much as it does. And before I get into the thicket of it all, I don't want this to come off like I'm being the captain commander of the fun police or anything. I just worry about the way people engage with media that I love, and legitimately think the stuff I discuss in this video is contributing to media illiteracy, if I'm to be frank. But let's not waste any more time, and let's get down to business. Lord knows I'm not getting any younger here. So I've been reading Shonen Jump since it first came to America in 2003. I was there at ground fucking zero, to give you guys some context of where I'm coming from with this whole thing. I grew up in that forum era that was dominated by the big three's overwhelming popularity and total domination of the medium, so I was deep in the trenches rubbing elbows with rabid Sasuke fangirls, the Goku glazers, and so on. And back then, there were certainly more than a fair share of dumb fans with head-ass opinions and what have you, but I feel like the rise of power scaling and agenda pushing has made shonen fans completely lose sight of what makes these stories so enthralling in the first place. Now, that's not to say scalers weren't around back then too, because I'll be the first to admit that I spent a lot of time arguing Superman vs. Goku on the Gaia Online forums way back when, but back then it still felt like people cared about the narrative and the storytelling at the very least. Nowadays, it feels like people only care about characters for their feats and aura or whatever fucking stupid shit these dweebs like to prattle on about. Like the amount of times I see fans try and use feats and scaling to justify their love of a character feels downright deranged at times. I know I'm not the only one that feels like this. I see this all the time in the One Piece fandom and it drives me nuts. People will talk shit to you because you like a character that doesn't measure up to whatever stupid, non-existent, irrelevant metric that they created in their heads. Does a character's AP, durability, or speed scaling really matter that much to fans nowadays that they overlook character writing and narrative relevance? Take this random tweet I saw the other day. Obviously, I cropped out the I cropped out the oh my god! I cropped out the there we go, English, because I don't want anybody to harass someone on the internet for having an opinion, but I had to bring it up. Just in case you're only listening to the video and don't have your eyeballs glued to a screen, I'll read the tweet out loud. Even if we all love One Piece, I think we need to agree on one thing, and that it's Oda ain't the best when it comes to power scaling. There are a lot of inconsistencies in power scaling in One Piece.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Guys, when I tell you I had to set my phone down and take a lap, I mean it in 100% sincerity, cause what led to this? Where did we as a society go wrong? Do you honestly think in your heart of hearts that Oda is sitting at his desk, pen in hand, thinking about Luffy's stats like he's a goddamn D&D character? Do you honestly think he's sitting at his desk, pondering about how he can make Luffy stronger to beat Naruto in a fight that will never happen? Well, if I give Luffy this power-up, he'll move from continental level to planet buster level, and so on and so forth? No the fuck he's not. Why? Because he's there to tell a story, not contribute to a bunch of 15 to 25-year-olds circle jerking on Twitter talking about how Zoro is stronger than Sanji or vice versa. I know it's cool to talk about which character is stronger than who and who is the strongest in the verse, yada yada. I get it. I take part in those discussions too, and I make no effort to hide the fact. But at the end of the day, the most important thing to me always has been and always will be the storytelling. Like I said before, I'm not trying to play the fun police. I'm really not. Do what you want to do. But I think this has to be one of the worst, most exhausting ways to be a fan of, well, anything. To me it reads like the, well, can his ass beat Goku meme, but even more annoying because you'll talk about how you like a character from a series and you're just hit with this endless wave of nonsense like fraud watch, no aura, no feats, blah 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 blah. Obviously this is a subgenre of manga that is geared towards a younger male demographic. I wholeheartedly understand. I just want more for the new age fans and also the mangaka as well. Imagine being a mangaka. You work tirelessly, week in and week out for years on end to bring people a story that you've put so much effort and love into just for a sect of the fandom to discredit you and your ability to write or create because there was a quote-unquote inconsistency in some pseudo nerd science that you've never even fucking heard of. It's mental gymnastics to the absolute infinite degree. I don't know what other way to put it. It's deranged. And honestly, if I'm to play devil's advocate for just a little minute here, they all lose to Superman anyway, so what does it matter? Just enjoy the story for what it is. Enjoy the character arcs. Enjoy the character writing. Enjoy the moments that make these stories what they are. And stop worrying about who is stronger than whom. To wrap up this video, I feel like I need to reiterate just one last time that it's okay to discuss who would win in hypothetical fights between fictional characters. That's part of the fun about being a fan of, well, anything that's centered around action. But there certainly comes a time in our lives as fans when we gotta put that shit to the side and realize that shit ultimately does not fucking matter in the slightest. Alright, I'm tired of ranting. I gotta keep working on this damn Ghetto video and actually talk about something that doesn't bug the hell out of me. Thanks a lot to everybody who made it this far. I hope the bitching and complaining wasn't too egregious, but sometimes you just gotta get it off your chest. Be sure to hit that like button and drop a follow to keep up with the channel. The support means a ton. In the description, there's a link to my community Discord where we got channels to discuss all sorts of things like horror, various shonen manga, card games. We got it all, and it's a fun, tight-knit community over there, so consider joining us and have fun. Until next time though, guys, you guys be safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.